So you see the present strength is 545, out of which 530 is elected from the various states, 13 from the union territories, and 2 to be nominated from the Anglo-Indian community by the President of India. So this is the present strength, and you see this is the basic composition of the Lok Sabha. All right. So this is about the composition of the Lok Sabha. All right. Now, see, the seats actually, the seats are, the Lok Sabha seats are in the language of political science or other civics is known as constituencies. Now, what are constituencies? Constituencies are actually the delimited area for the purpose of election. All right, there are constituencies for Lok Sabha, there are constituencies even for the lower house at the state level, that is Vidhan Parishad. And the constituencies of Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha are different. All right. Now, these in this composition you see a certain number of members are elected from the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. That means there are reservation. There are reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in these seats. You see a certain number, a certain percentage of seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in accordance with the population. Say in Jharkhand, we have a reservation of tribal seats, but in Bihar there are many reserved seats, Bihar and UP, or in Rajasthan or in other states as well. There are many seats reserved for scheduled caste as well. So, the seats are shared by the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe also. All right. So, this is how the composition of the Indian Parliament is made. Okay. Now, next. Next is regarding the election, as how the members of the Lok Sabha elected. You see, there are different procedures for electing the members of Lok Sabha and the members of Rajya Sabha. The procedure for electing the members of Lok Sabha is, it is called universal adult franchise and secret ballot. By the process of universal adult franchise and secret ballot. Universal means all the citizens of India, all right, irrespective of caste, creed, color, sex and religion, are having the voting right. They can vote for both Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. All right. Adult means those who have attained the age of 18. Earlier it happened to be 21, but with the 61st Amendment Act, it has been reduced to 18. So now, though all those people who have crossed the age of 18 are entitled to vote. Franchise is election. So this is what it means, universal adult franchise. Universal means for all the citizens of India, adult for all those who have attained the age of 18, and franchise is the election. So they have the voting power. So this is the process through which the members of the Lok Sabha are elected. All right. Now, we are straight away getting into the qualification. As what are the qualifications for the members to get elected Now, the first qualification that he got to be a citizen of India. So, these are the general qualification for any person to get elected in the Lok Sabha. First is, you should be a citizen of India. Second, you must have completed the age of 25 years. Third is, you cannot hold an office of profit. That means you have often seen many of the people who held the office of profit have first resigned. They have seen so many officials, particularly IS officers or IPS officers, have resigned first and then became an MP, I mean a member of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha or whatsoever, or maybe even an MLA. So, that is a very important qualification. Must not hold an office of profit. Or you have seen at times that many of the MPs or even MLAs were forced to resign because it was seen that they have taken some sort of remuneration from a government. The best example being Jaya Bachchan was once removed on this disqualification itself. All right, that means they cannot hold an office of profit, nor can they take any kind of remuneration from any government organizations. All right. Fourth, they should not be an insolvent or a bankrupt. All right. That is a very important thing. And the last is that they must possess a sound mental health. All right. Because those who have turned insane are disqualified or they are not given permission by the Election Commission of India, all right, to become a member or become a member to fight the elections. All right. So, these are the general qualifications. As per the disqualification of the members are concerned, you see, you can learn it from these points itself. I am not going to write them separately in order to teach you. See, if now I am talking about disqualification, mind it, because that is also there in your syllabus. Now, suppose any person, all right, who leaves the citizenship of India or adopts the citizenship of other country, all right, or if a person or a who does not, I mean a person means an MP or an MLA does not follow the norms of the Indian citizen, in accordance with the law of the constitution, he will be disqualified. Second, that is, if anybody takes any kind of remuneration from any governmental channel, as I gave you the examples of Jaya Bachchan, they are removed, they are disqualified. All right. Similarly, if anyone who turns insolvent, that is a very rare question, so he will also be removed. Apart from that, all right, if anyone turns insane, he is also removed. But apart from that, there are some other disqualifications also. All right, sometimes many of the people are charged with criminal offenses. All right, if they were found to be involved in any kind of, any kind of bribery, or say any kind of anti-nation attitude, or say any kind of dowry act, understand, or other criminal procedures, they are disqualified. Okay. Apart from that, there is another thing, that there is a norm called Anti-Defection Act. If any person, all right, who is found to be trapped under the Anti-Defection Act, then also he is removed. So, these are the general disqualifications that the members of the Lok Sabha has to undergo. I mean, they have to follow these. All right, otherwise they will be disqualified. So, this is about the disqualification. All right.